Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning into the Chefpreneur YouTube channel. I'm Andres and Jose. Hey, I have another great video coming at you today. In fact, this was a recording I took straight from one of my group coaching calls that I did in my accelerator program, which is a 12-week program where we help you build your entire business. And I just really had to share this message with you. It's about personal accountability. And honestly, I kind of let it rip. I hope it doesn't offend you too much. I broke it up into two parts because it was a long call, but I really wanted to get you guys this content. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's dive in to why personal accountability is vital for success, part one. Hope you guys like it. You know, we developed the Chefpreneur program and the movement to help chefs really start this business, help them grow it, help them become successful in it. And for those of you guys that know me on a personal level, that whether I'm mentoring you, whether I'm coaching you, whether you've talked to me on the phone, whatever, like I have a huge heart. I really care about you guys all. I posted here in the community kind of a story of how when I was first starting out, like my first business, not my personal chef business, but my first business, and the trials I had. And even after I started my personal chef business, the trials I had. And I don't want to go all over the place today, but I want to give you guys several nuggets because I just feel like it's one of the things that I've been feeling really recently that I want to get out to you guys even more. And when I started this program, it was not, I'll say this way, I'll kind of cut all these naysayers and whatever the haters out there of me. I got personal haters. I got all types, like whatever. Okay. It's not about, it has never been about the money for me. It's always been about how do I help people? And the programs we offer, some of them are higher investments. And because there's a lot of effort and work and wisdom from myself and from my team to basically create these things. When I first started the program, I didn't really know where it was going to go. I didn't even really know I was starting a program, to be honest. I really kind of started a podcast. I started to put content out there and started to see if anybody wanted help. As time went on, I started to, my heart is naturally, I have a big heart. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on me and because it's not about me. I want to get to really how this is all going to help you. And I promise you, I really believe this is going to help anybody listening today, whether you guys, both of you that are on live watching this replay. When I started this, in contrary to what anybody would think, it's never been about the money. Money's a necessary tool. And I've talked about that in mindset. I've talked about that in just life. It is a form. It's a tool. It's a tool that we all need. We do business with money. We buy groceries for our children with money. We buy, whatever, new tires for our car, whatever. Like money is what we use to measure the value of what we get from someone else. Okay. Throughout these last 4 or 5 years in Chefpreneur, I have a huge heart. And I say that it's gotten me in trouble. I love people. I take on people's burdens. I help them as much as I can. And honestly, I've struggled even in this program because I want to see everyone from the bottom of my heart as successful as possible. But here's the trick that I found out this year, specifically this year, more than any other year. I can only help people who want to help themselves. I can only help people who want to take action, to go that level, to go the distance for themselves. And this is not something that I'm trying. I don't want anybody to ever think. I'm saying this not as like a disclaimer, more or less, because that's the point I want to hit today. I want to transform whoever's watching this video's mind that you have the power to possess the success that you're looking for. Okay, whatever that may be. My job, our job at Chefpreneur, or anything else out there in the world that you want to invest in or you're buying or whatever, is either going to help you, it's going to not help you, it's going to maybe make things easier, faster, better, or it's going to make things slower, worse, whatever, right? Like, I was talking to a chef today and I was like, you know what? And I just felt it on my heart. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this today on our group coaching call, because we always, and it could be me, it could be anybody else, but we here at Chefpreneur, we always want to give you everything we got. And that we're always going to do that. I believe we've done that from day one. I don't have any remorse. I don't go to bed thinking to myself, oh my God, like I didn't give everybody what I wanted to give them. Like, I put everything out there for you guys as much as I can, as much as possible. Like, the program has taken me years to figure the stuff out of what I teach you guys. And some of you guys might be thinking, yeah, chef, that's why you make it look so easy. That's why sometimes you guys make it feel like how it's working for you, but I'm wanting to see certain things. And I hate to say this, but it goes back to our mindset. It goes back into how we think about things. And I'm going to break that down today on today's call. And because I don't want to make this just even about the Chefpreneur program and all this stuff. That's not, like I said, I wanted to be a very small part of what I'm saying. I wanted to start by first saying that because my heart has been so big where I've allowed people sometimes to take advantage of me. But most importantly, I've allowed people to put their lack of success on me. Now, I'm not saying that we're perfect. And so I'm making that clear. But again, I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because I want you to shift your mindset. And I'm going to give you a big takeaway here in a few minutes. But of course, any program that we offer, any service that you would offer in your business, you want it to be exceptional. You want it to be what it is. You want it to be above what you say it is. That's always what we're striving for here at Chefpreneur. It's always what you're striving for in your guys' businesses. It's not something that's abnormal. You want to be the best. You want to over-deliver. You want to go above and beyond expectations. That's what all of us should want. Now, some people don't want to do that, and that's on them. But at minimum, you want to at least meet expectations, okay? But the reason I'm saying this is because it's easy for us. Now I'm going to move away from the program and away from me personally, but I'm kind of just letting you know that I've struggled with this, because when I see you guys work and I see you guys put in the effort, I also see you guys get results. When I see you guys not put in the work, it's when I don't see the results. Now, what's funny about Andres, again, because my heart has gotten me into trouble, there's been chefs that have never even tried to put something on me for their lack of whatever. I had a problem where I would put it on myself because I care about you that much. But I felt like this week I've been really meditating on this. And I feel like if I don't start teaching on this, you could find yourself in a trap where you're giving away all the power that you possess for success for you. Let me really dive deep into that. Anytime we pass, we know the economy and the state of the economy could slow us down. We know that, unfortunately, God forbid, an accident health-wise can definitely slow you down. There's going to be physical things that are going to come against you. There's going to be some mind games that are going to be played against you. There's going to be clients that are going to be nasty to you. You're going to have setbacks in your business. In those moments, as best as possible, write this down. I'll repeat it. Accept responsibility for everything that happens in your life and in your business. This is not, again, now I want to refer it to even using us as an example. This is not a scapegoat for me and my program. If we do something wrong, we're going to fix it. If we do something wrong and somebody thinks that we did something wrong, we're going to talk to them. We're going to resolve it. But what I've also noticed is a lot of people are so quick to say, well, the economy is just bad right now, or this isn't working for me, or I can't do this, or I'm shy, or this is too difficult, or whatever. And although those things can be true to a degree, right? Things are going to be difficult. Some things aren't going to be working as best as you want them to. The biggest advice I can give you to be successful is to accept absolute responsibility for everything. And let me tell you the reason why. When you, with many of you that are on this call, well, there's only two of you, but Elizabeth and Magda, at least, when I've talked to either you guys, which I'm pretty sure it's always come up, it's always came up, right? Whether it's you both or whether whoever's watching this recording of this call, a lot of people I've talked to over the phone, and they say, I want to be my own boss. I want to have full control of my future. Okay. Having full control of your future is like having full control of you driving a car. And if you play a blame game, if you start blaming the economy, you start blaming certain things outside of your control, you're giving away that same control of why you started your business in the first place. I don't know if that's making sense, but let me repeat it. When you give away control, aka blame, to something else, and I'm not even just saying blame, it could be anything. It could be an excuse. I can sit here all day long as I sit my fat ass in this chair, because I am a fat ass. I am, according to a textbook, I am morbidly obese, okay? I'm not blaming McDonald's ingredients. I'm not blaming the calories in whatever Godfather's pizza. I only have myself to blame. Now, I could inherit some genes from my father and mother. I could have bad habits, learning them, growing them up from my family members. But ultimately, at the age of 36 years old that I am now, I am fully, more than fully responsible for what I put in my mouth, how I take care of my body. I'm the one that decides when I go to bed. I'm not a 4-year-old where my wife is telling me, although sometimes I do feel like she's telling me to go to bed, and I should be listening to her to get rest. But I'm using this as an example. If we truly want to be in control, and we truly want to be the boss, and we truly want to have our business and set our own destiny, we also have to accept the responsibility that comes along with that. There's no other way. The chef I was talking to on the phone, he's giving me some different things of what's going on in his business. I'm looking at them. I'm analyzing them. I'm like, okay, we need to set up a meeting. And I'd like to see all of your finances. I'd like, if you allow me to, right? And of course, it'd be confidential, but I'd like to see where the money's going, because and I'm not saying that he's mismanaging them. I'm just going to give him my opinion on what I see, because something's not adding up to me when he has a wedding that's a $30,000 wedding, but yet things are, and I'm not saying he's mismanaging, but I also want to see what's going on. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because ultimately, I'm here to help you till I turn blue in the face. But I cannot help people that will not accept responsibility 100% for their actions. And we have to start thinking like that. In my opinion, those are the most successful people. Now, I will give you some examples. I have personally invested in Chefpreneur this year alone over $250,000 in mentors and coaches and experts to help us grow Chefpreneur and help more people. There's a lot of things that I felt like I got the actual value for. There's a few things that At first, I was like, well, did I really get the value that I paid for with that? But here's what I did. In that simple half second, the minute that thought came to my head, I rebuked it and I said, no, 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 no. Am I utilizing everything that I'm investing in? Am I utilizing the brain of my mentor? Am I asking him questions? Am I really diving in? And honestly, when I looked at how many times I've reached out to them, how many times, I wasn't doing it enough. I was not squeezing the water out of that sponge. And I'm just using that as an example. I don't sit here and I don't blame anybody for anything that is going on in Chefpreneur other than myself. I'm the CEO. I'm the founder. Thomas Jefferson once said, one of our founding fathers, he said, with great freedom, again, you guys want great freedom as entrepreneurs. With great freedom comes great responsibility. And I would actually add, well, if you're going to be responsible, you also have to be accountable. This is a mindset shift. I've had a mindset like this for probably the last 3 years, pretty solid. But this last year, it really tested that mindset. And I'm sitting here as God is my witness. We're going through a little bit of a tough time in different areas. We're investing very heavily in Chefpreneur. And I don't want to say tough time. We're stretching ourselves because we're investing a lot into the software that we have coming out this month, which I'm just really excited about. It's been out, but it's a whole nother thing. We're going to have some announcements coming out. It's really exciting. But we're stretching ourselves financially because it takes money to invest in software. It takes a lot of work and a lot of money to invest in software. And it could be a little scary at times. However, we accept full responsibility for where we are. And sometimes that means that you have to go over things again. Sometimes it means that you have to look at things differently, get a fresh set of eyes, perspective. What can I be doing better? Am I really doing everything necessary I need to do to move the ball forward? Here's another point I want you guys to understand, okay? And it rhymes. There's an old saying that says skills pays the bills. So I was talking to the chef on the phone recently, and I'm talking to him, and we're talking, and I'm like, you know what? I've learned about marketing. I've learned about messaging. I've learned how to communicate with people better. I've learned how to build relationships. One of my biggest strengths, I think, if you ask me, if you ask my wife, if you ask Brock, my partner in this whole thing, if you ask my team members, if you ask people at my church, and they say, what is Andres good at? They're going to say he can make a friend, communicate, and build a relationship in like half a second. He makes it look so easy. My wife just told me this morning, she's like, how do you make a friend at the grocery store in like half a second? I'm like, that's just a gift that I have. Okay. Like it is like, but it also has been developed. It's not like I was born directly that way. I think I have a natural competency because I love people so much, but I've gotten better at it. And I was positioning this with the chef I was talking to, and it was just a good call. And it got me fired up for this call, to be honest. And I was talking to him and I said, you know, in my personal chef business, we have national strategic partnerships, where they go to us for different events in different cities even. What is separating me and you from doing the same? Anybody who's on this call, Elizabeth, Magdalise, anybody who's watching this recording, what is separating Dinner with a Chef and Chef Andres from being different than that? Yeah, again, I've developed skills of communication, building relationship. But honestly, it's not like it's out of reach for any of you guys to do. Why not build a national partnership? You see, do not limit yourself. Do not limit yourself. If you feel like you need to learn more skills as well that are going to help progress you. I've talked about it several times. I'm actually really, with the help of our marketing person in Chefpreneur, I'm wanting to learn how to develop a Facebook or Instagram paid advertisement strategy to get leads into your personal chef business. And here's what I feel in my heart. If I can learn that for you, if I could go through the trial and error, because I've learned a lot about paid advertising from Chefpreneur already myself personally, but it is different for a personal chef business. But if I could test my business out on it and I can have a formula that then I can teach you, well, guess what? That formula is only going to benefit you if you put it to work as well, right? Obviously we just went through this. However, leads is a big thing of what businesses need. Like Chefpreneur needs leads, Dinner with a Chef needs leads, Occasion Amore needs leads, Creative Feast needs leads. Like every business needs leads, but every business also needs sales. Every business needs branding. It goes together as a package, but we can always increase our skill set for all those things. Now, my strategic partnerships, I could sit there and say, well, I just found really good ones and so it worked out for me. No, I took a longer journey. You have to understand, my personal chef business went open for 9 years. Some of your personal chef's business has been open for 9 months. Some of them have been open for a couple of years, maybe. But I've been around a while. And it took time to build those things. However, I also had skills that possessed me to be able to talk to people, create relationships where they have confidence in me and in my company, and then we've delivered the goods. You're not far away from what my business has achieved. You might be thinking, no, I'm super far away. I want you to stop thinking that way. You're really only several skill sets, and some of you guys might already possess the skill sets that I possess with creating relationships, but maybe you're creating the relationship with the wrong people, or maybe you're not even putting the effort in creating relationships. That's a big one. Or maybe, again, you're not looking at it from a different angle and saying, how do I get creative? How do I do this? Like, let me learn, let me experience it. Like, as an entrepreneur, the program, even in Chefpreneur, like, is meant to give you a big, huge shortcut to tell you, hey, here's the path. Watch out, because on step number 30, there's the big, poison ivy bush. Then when you get a little further along, watch out, there's a snake that comes down from the tree. So just watch your head. Like, we're here to help you avoid a lot of traps, a lot of mistakes. We're here to help you get faster, success faster by telling you what doesn't work and telling you what does work from what we've known to work. Now, Chefpreneur is not going anywhere. I want to bring, I don't want you to always have to, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to always have to feel like you have to go somewhere else to learn a bunch of stuff. Like my heart is that Chefpreneur, plugging into Chefpreneur, we're gonna continue to learn. Like, I'm continuing to learn in my business every month. How to deal with chefs, how to deal with servers, how to deal with people, how to deal with sometimes clients that aren't happy, or it's a constant thing. But you only become masters at something when you do it over and over and over and over. The way that Andres is able, the way I'm built for relationships, how I can create relationships, I've done it over and over and over and over. And so you can too. When you make a head shift of accountability and responsibility, though, again, it positions you to be fully in control. So here's how I want you to first understand the mental shift of that. If I blame the economy, I have now given away control to something that is not in my hands. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to have any chance at making something good or making something at all, I can't mold clay, right? This is a true statement for all of us. You can't mold clay unless the clay is in your hand. If you give away the clay, which is the power, if you say, well, it's the economy, it's the president, it's the whatever, it's this party versus that party, or, it's my family, they're just constantly nagging me and screwing me up, or whatever the case may be, you're giving more power away. You're giving that piece of clay to someone else. And then you're going to sit there and say, well, the clay doesn't look like a pot the way I want it to look like. And I'm like, well, where's the clay? Is the clay in your hands or is it with somebody else? Oh, no, it's with the economy. Well, no wonder the clay doesn't look like a clay pot. It's not in your hands. We want the freedom and control. We don't want to accept what goes along with that. But the minute you set yourself mentally free to get yourself out of that mentality, guess what happens? The world opens up to you as an opportunity. There's nothing, knowledge is nothing without action behind it. It's absolutely nothing. I can read, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If someone will ever invent a book that I can read, that when I'm done reading it, I automatically just start losing weight from reading the book, please, I will buy it for $15,000 right now. That if someone was able to make that happen, they would be the wealthiest person in the world. The truth is, I can read a weight loss book. It'll tell me step by step on how to lose weight. And then I'll go out and I sit on my ass. I'm not going to lose weight. Control is a substance. Control is a substance that gives you power. It gives you authority when you take control. Now, here's my promise to you, though, in this community. I want to continue to learn. I will stand in the gap. I want to take some of the bullets for you. I want to be like, you know what? I want to learn a Facebook ad strategy for personal chefs. I want to learn an Instagram ad strategy for personal chefs. I'll spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on your behalf for myself so I can then teach you something and say, hey, we figured something out here. That's always my heart in Chefpreneur. I want to take a majority of the bullets for you. But when you truly accept responsibility, you're going to start finding yourself more successful than ever. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of why personal accountability is vital for success. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button and that little bell for notifications. I can't wait to give you guys all part 2 next week. Take care. Tune in. We'll talk to you later.